Hi there, I'm Jeannie Street. It's my life mission to connect you to your soul's truth and to the miracles that will heal all the broken pieces from within you, causing you to feel alone in your life. We live in a world that has taught us it's okay to live as if we're separate beings from God. The separation stories continue, and they tell us that you are disconnected from your departed loved ones and angels, as if life was meant to live lonely, hard, and even joyless at times. And while the fact is that we all have soul lessons and life experiences to navigate through, the idea that you're supposed to do it all alone, that's an untruth. I know because my angels guided me out of my own isolated, painful life and into an abundant one. No more feeling unsupported, lonely, or sad. I've got you. It's why you are here and why God put me on this earth, to remind you that you are not alone, that your soul is infinite, and you are meant to thrive, not just survive. I invite you into my world of conversation, messages from heaven, guidance from your angels, and inspirational readings and moments that will fill your heart and soul with God's grace and love. Get ready for pure miracle moments to flow into your life. Welcome to Angels Don't Lie. So guys, I want to introduce Christy Abbott, the owner of the Angel Cooperative. And I'm going to let Christy kind of fill you in about who she is and what she does. I do want to say a really little note for myself, just so you know the vibrations Christy's at. She's the most loving, kind, nurturing soul. And we've just known each other just over a year now, but I feel like it's been my whole life that I've known you. I feel so, I don't know, I just feel so like it's so easy to talk with you and be with you. So I'm so happy that you're here. So welcome to Angels Don't Lie.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So nice to meet you. I see some familiar faces, some new faces, and feel free. We'll take questions at the end because I want to take you on a really great journey tonight. As you may know, I co-own the Angel Cooperative with my best friend and soul sister, Laura Frieda Ancona. And really, when we started, our mission was to be purveyors of positivity, and we were going to sell rose quartz bracelets. And it has morphed, grown, and been divinely inspired every single step of the way. So a lot of that's come from who's sitting over my shoulder, and that's Metatron, who's a quite powerful angel. And a lot of that's come from our life experiences and people we've met and other things that have come in. So I'm really excited to share with you some tips and tools. You just put me off of speaker.
Yeah, I was trying to see everybody that was coming here. So
Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. So I'll just keep talking for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share with everyone bits and pieces of what I've talked about with my customers in the store, what I've put out on IGTV, what's on our YouTube channel, and kind of bring it all together. So we had some form and structure to how we connect with the angels and tips and tools that I use and things that I've learned. Now, I don't want anyone to panic. There's going to be a science component to this because I love how spirituality can be backed up with science. So I promise it's not like school science, it's life science. And if I understand it, I guarantee every one of you is going to understand it. So Jeannie, let me know when you're ready for me to.
You're good. You can go.
Yep. All right. Perfect. Yep. So because I wanted everyone, I'm going to give you a lot of information tonight, and I wanted everyone to really sit back and enjoy and experience. You've taken time out of your day to come here, whether it was you've scheduled this weeks ahead of time or there was a cancellation and all of a sudden you felt like instead of doing something else, this is what I'm choosing to do with my suddenly free time. So you're here for a reason. You might consciously know what that is, or it might be just a spiritual tug, an intuition. But you're here because you're meant to hear things, experience some of the things I'm going to do with you tonight. And I want you to relax and enjoy it. If it helps you to take notes, feel free, but you don't have to. I have done a 4-page PDF for you, which will be live on my website for you to download for free when we're done. And it's called, A Chart of Colors, Crystals, and Angels, Creating Connections. And I want to show you what's inside. So inside is one big chart, and it's about all the angels we're going to talk about tonight. The color ray that they represent, what that ray means, the days of the day of the week that they're most powerful, the chakra they're associated with, crystals you can use, and why you will call them in. I'm here to tell you, angels want to help us with everything. They want to help us if we lose our keys, you call in Archangel Chamuel. And if we have to study for a test, you call in Archangel Jophiel, right? They want to help us with everything, as well as our soul's journey, moving along, becoming closer to oneness, to the collective consciousness, all those sort of lofty goals also. So that's all on here. So you don't need to write anything down. I also included in the back kind of a little bonus page. And a lot of us meditate and we see colors coming in. And it's typical to associate a color with the chakra. But because we're talking about angels and the color rays, I have included, if you're meditating and you see colors coming in, what messages the angels might be giving you, what that might mean. So that's in there. I wrote down the connection tools we're going to use tonight, and I included 2 extra angels. I put in Metatron and Azrael. And the reason I did that was Metatron is really the angel of life. He's the keeper of the Akashic records, all right? He's at the front and forefront of the tree of life. And Archangel Azrael is the angel of death. And I'm not talking Grim Reaper death, okay? No hoods here. I'm talking the angel that you call on when you need that comfort, when you're grieving, when you have a loved one who's crossing over. Oh, I just got chills there. She's a beautiful angel that is there for comfort and to assuage any fears. Okay, so those are included on there too, because I thought that would be a good addition, a good round out to what else we're going to talk about tonight. All right, everyone, that's good. Everyone shake your head.
It's amazing.
Yeah, everyone feels good. All right, so I want everyone just to rub their hands together. Let's start to shake off the day. Maybe rub your arms up and down. This is your thymus right here. I like to tap this. It's great for an immunity boost. It's also really nice for grounding. We've all been somewhere. It's 6:30. We've been somewhere before we came here. And it's nice just a way to shake the day off. Okay? And then let's finish, let's just tap along. This is your crown, your crown meridian. We're going to be receiving a lot of information tonight. It's nice to get this activated. Open it up. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you can take your hands. You can place them on your knees. You can place them down. That's a nice grounding position. You're welcome to keep your hands up. It's a nice receiving position, and I'll prompt you during meditations if I feel like you would receive more when you're in a receiving position. But right now, I just want you to settle in and listen to what we're going to talk about. So take a deep breath and get ready to go on our journey. So I'm talking to you tonight about angels. What are angels? And this is one of the resources I really like. It's called The Dictionary of Angels. It was written in 1967 by Gustav Davidson. And it is literally a dictionary of angels. See my notes, I have notes in there. A dictionary of angels. Some beautiful pictures. And it's a nice compilation of a lot of theological literature that's out there, mystical literature that's out there about angels. And the reason I bring this up is that when I have a question or I want a direction, I consult this book. And so I wanted to talk about the color rays, specifically the 7 color rays, the 7 aspects of source energy. And we'll call source God, creator, spirit. So we'll use those interchangeably throughout the night. And so there's about 8 lists out there of who the archangels are. All right, it comes from the book of Enoch, it comes from Raziel, it comes from the major religions of Islam, Christianity, Judaism. And then there's also a 6th century AD philosopher, theologian, scribe called Dionysius. So I've used his list. And the reason I used his list is, one, I think it's pretty remarkable that he wrote these names down in 6 AD, if that's correct. And also, his list of 7 archangels seems to overlap. At least 4 to 5 of them match the other 8 lists that are out there. And so I liked that because, not that the other ones aren't archangels, and it's not that the other ones don't represent on a color ray or represent a color ray of source energy of God. But I liked his list because it had the most amount of overlap. So that's why I chose that. So what are angels, right? And we hear that a lot. Angels are beings of light. They vibrate at the frequency of light. It's an electromagnetic frequency. And when it's out in space, okay, this is part of the science lesson. I promise you're going to get it, so you're going to see how easy science is. When light is moving out in space, it moves at about slightly more than 186,000 miles per second. So when it's in a vacuum and it's not going to run into anything, that's how quickly it moves. Pretty fast. We probably wouldn't even notice it, right? If it weren't for the fact that we live on Earth and we're Earth beings. And the atmosphere of Earth, the Earth plane, is such that when light comes in, it slows down, okay? The frequency slows down enough that we can actually see it produces a color, it refracts, and it produces a color. So what is that light that's coming in? Why is it important to us? Well, it's important to us because the rays of light that come in, okay, are the aspects of source energy, of God. They are the things that we, on our soul's journey, aspire to either attain, unify, heal within us. Things like prosperity, abundance, wisdom, illumination, healing, being of service to other people, creativity, communication. And we'll talk about all of these things tonight, and we'll do examples of all of them, how they affect you in your real life. So Creator, in all of his or her infinite wisdom, knew that we as humans, we were going to need some help. We needed some bridges to make this happen because we were not going to figure it out on our own. And that's why the angels are beings of light. They are beings of source energy. And each one is an ambassador or represents one of the goals to ascension. So our light comes in, and the light that we're going to talk about tonight is blue, yellow, pink, white, green, red, and purple. And the angels we're going to talk about are Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, Shamuel, Jophiel, Raphael, and Zadkiel. And you'll notice a few things that I just want to point out, just for your own point of reference. So Metatron and Sandalphon are the only 2 angels that were in human form, okay? We know this because On means of human. And Metatron was was Enoch, and Sandalphon was Elijah. And God was so honored at the pious life that they lived that he hastened their ascension. So they are in the angelic realm with our other angels, Gabriel, Michael. And if you listen to the end of that, everyone I named has an El at the end. El means of God, okay? So you have Gabriel. He is the messenger of God, right? So that is the distinction between the 2. So just for your own clarification, so you know. All right, so we have angels. Angels are beings of light. They move on an electromagnetic wave, right? That comes into our atmosphere, and we actually can see. Okay, and we can see and decipher the different messages that that source energy, that God is helping us with, helping either to help us heal or to help us on our own ascension. Okay, does everyone feel good about that? Shake your head, a thumbs up. I like it, I like it. All right, so how is it that we would connect with the angels? So there's lots of ways to connect with the angels. We can use crystals, which we'll talk about tonight. We can do meditation. We can do journaling, intention setting. We can do the days of the week. And I'll take you through each one of those examples. And the first one I want to start with is connecting to the angels, using the color rays, using your chakras. And the reason I say those things slowly is because, remember, angels are beings of light. They move on an electromagnetic wave or an electromagnetic frequency. Your chakra, we associate colors and sounds with our chakra. Our chakras don't actually produce a color. We use sounds, and that's how it originated, those utterances, right? To balance, to tap into those energy centers in our body. And I'll quickly go over the energy centers just in case people are familiar or they've heard of it, or just to even get us all in the same mind space. So I like to take my hands and overlap them a little bit. And if you make sure that the heels of your hands are on your hip bones, see if I can get up, and you can put them on your hip bones. And if you put your hand across, that is your root chakra. And if you move your hand up, one hand's width, right here, here's my belly button, right in my pooch right here, that's your sacral chakra. Move it another hand's width up, right underneath your rib cage, right, you know, where the soft spot is in between your ribs. That is your solar plexus. You have your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown chakra. Okay, so if we wanted to make a connection with our crown chakra, we would utter Om. That is the sound that we use to connect with our crown chakra. If we wanted to do our heart chakra, we would do Yam. Okay, every one of them has its own sound. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Sham, Om. Okay, so those sounds that we use, they don't produce a color, okay? But we can make sound and use a mathematical equation to show it as a color. And that's how we ended up with the chakra colors being red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. All right, and I'll give you an example. So light is electromagnetic energy. Sound waves are air molecules that move on a compression wave. Two totally different things. Sound will never produce light. But like I said, there's a mathematical equation, which I can share with you offline if anyone's really interested, that you can take the frequency or the wavelength of that sound that we just made, Om. They can measure that, plug it into this equation, and it will show the light frequency. Okay, so that's how we ended up with the difference between the rays that our angels use as the ambassador of those aspects of source energy. And that's why it might be different than what our chakra color is. So does everyone feel good about that right now? And I'll do a couple of examples, 3, that I think will really help you assimilate and process this information. Okay? All right, so take a deep breath. Take a deep breath that, really fills you up, that you feel it in your belly and you feel it coming up through your chest and you feel it kind of resting right here at the base of your neck. I'm going to pull my notes out for a second. We're going to do a meditation with Archangel Gabriel. And you might know Gabriel is the angel that is the messenger. It's communication, creativity, spreading the good news. He's someone, or she's someone that you call in when you might need some more security, self-esteem. She's associated with your root chakra, okay, which is red, but Gabriel vibrates on a white color ray. So that also means that purity. So she's also the one in charge of purity. And I want to kind of take you through an exercise that I really like doing and calling her in. We can call her in to help us with pregnancy, with child rearing, effective communications with others. She is really good for if you have any back conditions, nerve pain, immunity problems, because those are associated with your root chakra. So you can start to see how things overlap. So you have Gabriel. She represents the white color ray. It is for purity and harmony. Okay, she's associated with your root chakra, which, if you'll remember, was the first one we did, right down by our hip bones, going into where we sit. And I want to take you on a meditation that's really nice to do because you can use her to purify. Everyone's had a really rough time lately. Physically, we've all been cooped up. We're probably not eating great by choice or because it's not available. So you might feel physically like you've got some toxins in your body. Mentally, there's some fear, there's worry, there's chatter, getting back into the swing of things, getting into a routine. Spiritually, there's been some real shifts. Maybe you've changed relationships. Maybe relationships have gotten worse. Maybe there's a shift happening and outside of you that maybe you can't control, but you're feeling affected by it. You feel some stickiness around you. So I want to show you how you can use Gabriel to help you with that. So for this, if possible, you might want to put both feet on the floor. You might want to take your hands and put them in a receiving position. When we rest our hands upward, it's a receiving position. When we put them down, think you're grounding to Mother Earth. So we might want to rest our hands like this. I want you to roll your shoulders back. For some of us, this might be the first time we're doing this today. You're just really starting to feel your body. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's do one more. Release that. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. It's nice for a visualization to close your eyes. I want you to picture in front of you Archangel Gabriel, and she is floating, right? She's ethereal. She's soft. She's standing in shining white light. She's floating slightly above you, and she's holding something. What she's holding is a hose, not a garden variety hose, not a little hose. She's holding a fireman's hose, big one, with a big opening. And it offers an endless supply of pure white light. And she's going to turn this on, and it doesn't come out forcefully. It comes out softly, lovingly, gently, and it hits the top of your head. It cascades down your shoulders, down your back, and into your lap, where it pools for just a second. and then washes over your knees. And at your feet, there's a drain, and the water, it goes right down to the drain, swirling. I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine that this endless supply of white light, loving, soft, angelic white light, is cascading over you and rinsing all the toxins from your body, physically cleansing you. It's going down your shoulders, cascading into your lap, pooling for just a second, rolling over your knees, and going right into the drain. And you think that you want it back, but no, it's too quick. It swirls and goes right down. It's not yours anymore. It's gone. Take a deep breath and exhale. I want you to focus on your head, all the chatter in your head, all the noise, all the things that you tell yourself, all the things that you're worried about. And I want you to look slightly up and away from you. And there's Gabrielle. And out from her fireman's hose is pure white light washing over you, taking with it all of those thoughts. That big thought bubble filled with chatter is going down that drain at your feet. And you think you want to get it, but you can't. It's not yours anymore. One more breath in and exhale. Now I want you to imagine about 1 to 2 feet away from your body. And you look around and there's some energy you're bumping into, some sticky stuff that you've been holding on to. Maybe to your right, a little to your left, some behind you, some in front of you. She's going to take care of that. She's going to wash that away. And once again, in your mind's eye, you're going to gaze up. Out of that hose, pure white light, washing over you, washing around you, rinsing everything within several feet of your whole body, the front, the back, the left, the right. And once again, that beautiful drain at the bottom, right near your feet, on the ground, is capturing it all, swirling, swirling, and leaving. And it's not yours anymore. Take one last inhale, hold it at the top. Slowly exhale through your nose. This time take a deep inhale, hold at the top. And as you blow out through your mouth, imagining you're getting rid of any little residual that was there. In your mind's eye, gaze up at Gabrielle. In your head, say thank you. And slowly open your eyes. It's a really nice meditation to do to help cleanse your space. We're at a restart right now. And all of you have now cleared away. This is how you call in an archangel and use the colors to help clear that energy away from you. You know, our root chakras are seat of feeling secure. It's kind of those building blocks that as young children, when we feed that, those feelings of security, we grow to be pretty secure adults. But when traumatic things happen, maybe you move a lot, there was a lot of arguing in your house, there was fighting, you had parents with addiction issues, you can get shaken there. And you can kind of get off kilter easily, maybe more easily than other people. But calling in Gabrielle, who works on the white color ray with your root chakra, is a really nice way of using the archangels to support you. Okay, everyone feel good from that? Okay, we're going to move on to doing an example of using your voice. So I want to talk about Archangel Michael. Michael is phenomenal, right? Strong, courage, the angel of strength, protection. He's got your back. You don't feel safe, you call in Archangel Michael. He's there. You're worried about something. You don't feel courageous. You call him in. He is the one who's there for you. He is corresponds with your throat chakra. All right, your throat. So if you're having any physical issues, thyroid issues, laryngitis, sore throat, he's there for you. Dental problems, something like that. So we did a longer meditation. I want to show you how to call on the archangel using sound and doing it pretty quickly. So one thing that I like about using Michael and talking about him is a lot of people know he's the angel of courage. He's the head of the angelic army, right? It doesn't get more courageous than that. But he also offers courage for people in leadership positions. So when you're a leader like he is, you have to coalesce a group. You have to get people to listen to you. You have to have the right words, and you have to be able to communicate effectively. So this is a nice way if you're in that situation where you're having to speak, lead a group, get people on your side to do something that, of course, it's got to be in everyone's highest and best good, right? But to do something. So your throat chakra, the sound is hum. And we'll do it together. And when we do it, what I want you to notice is that the first utterance, you push out sound when you make an H sound, right? And that's so appropriate when we're talking about finding the right words. And then as you hold the sound, it vibrates in your throat, really activating that area. So if you were going into a meeting or you got called to do something, you could say, hey, Archangel Michael, I need some courage and I need you to help me. So let's do this together so everyone can see what it feels like. The sound is hum. Hum. So as you're doing that, you can imagine blue. Archangel works on the blue color ray. Ironically, your throat chakra is blue. And that is a nice, quick way to be able to pull him in. So when you have a lot of time, you can do a longer meditation. When you have a shorter amount of time, you can do it that way. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah? All right. So I wanted to now talk about crystals. Why is it that we would use, where's my crystal? Why is it that we would use crystals to communicate with the archangels? Well, crystals are made in the earth. They're made under pressure, right? They're molecules, atoms, ions that are under great pressure in the earth, and they come out as these glorious, beautiful crystals. Our earth happens to be black obsidian. Our earth has an electromagnetic energy, okay? Remember, angels are beings of light. They travel on an electromagnetic energy wave or frequency. So it is highly effective to call in the archangels using crystals because they vibrate at the same frequency, okay? Crystals have an electromagnetic charge, as do angels. So for this one, I pulled in rose quartz. If you've ever been to our shop or know anything about us, we're all about the heart chakra, and we love rose quartz. We painted our ceiling a rose quartz pink, and it's glorious, and it reminds us to be loving and kind all the time. And that is what Archangel Chamuel does. She vibrates on the pink color ray. Okay, she's the angel of peace and love. If you're having trouble in your relationships, you would call her in. It's good for maintaining healthy relationships. It's helpful for understanding the interpersonal dynamics of relationships. So we don't always have easy relationships. Some of them can be complicated, and we need a little guidance around that. She's also the one that you call if you lose something. Yes, she's great about providing you love and comfort, but she also helped you find your car keys. So that's a good tidbit to know. And I did write that on our sheet because if you're like me, I misplace things. um, she resonates with the heart chakra. So any of the organs or any of the things that are in and happening around the heart, breast, lung cancer, asthma, she can help you with those as well. So if you don't have a crystal at home or you don't have a rose quartz readily available, I want to do something with you so it feels like you do, because the power of our intention is equally powerful as having a physical item. So rose quartz emits a soft, loving vibration. It's about unconditional love. It is the crystal of the heart chakra. You can also use jade, pink tourmaline, fluorite to call in Archangel Shemuel. But for this, I chose rose quartz. And I want you to imagine, if you don't have a crystal with you, I want you to take your dominant hand, so the hand you write with or shoot baskets with, and put up your pointer and your middle finger. And I want you to take your non-dominant hand and cradle it. You're in your receiving position. So when we want to receive energy, we use our non-dominant hand. And I'm sure everyone can figure out why, but it's because our dominant hand's bossy, and this hand gives whatever energy we're trying to work with. And your non-dominant hand is much more open and less defensive and is willing to let new energies in. So I happen to be right-handed. So I have my right hand like this and my left hand like this. And I want you to imagine I am placing this beautiful, smooth, cool, pink rose quartz in your hand. And you can apply a little bit of pressure right here. Okay? So if you're working with a crystal, you would be applying a little pressure. If you don't have a crystal, you can use your pointer and your middle finger. The reason I asked you to do that is we have meridians throughout our body. Right here is a minor meridian that goes right to your heart, okay, your heart chakra. So not only are we using the color pink, calling in the archangel, we are actively engaging our body, stimulating it to receive this energy, okay? So we could hold it right in our hand like this. We're going to close our hand around it, close your eyes, and imagine the most beautiful, soft, pink energy floating all around your body. Maybe it's swirling around you, giving you almost like if someone was wrapping a blanket around you and then they hugged you after they put it on you. Take a deep breath and breathe in this pink, loving, comforting energy. Take another deep breath and slowly open your eyes. This is a really nice way. Now you can carry this, you've charged it, so to speak. Now you can carry this crystal with you throughout the day. It's been infused with the loving energy of Archangel Shemuel. If you're like me, you drop it in your top and carry it around with you all day. And it's a nice reminder. We're humans. We need reminders sometimes, like we do little to-do lists. We need spiritual to-do lists. And crystals will be a constant reminder to us that the archangel's with us. And because the crystal and the archangel vibrate at that same frequency, that angel's energy is coming through and is present with us all the time. Okay, so I put on our list different crystals. You can do every one of these exercises. They're interchangeable with each of the angels. So if you wanted to do Michael, you would use turquoise, sugarlight, sapphire, lapis lazuli, and you would do the same thing. Okay, and when we are hurting or need support, you would do the same exercise of bringing it in through your heart, because you need your heart to be open, okay, to receive. So many of us go through the day and we're hunched over like this, right? And if you look at kind of the radius or space that you could allow things to come in, it's very small, because this is a protective stance, okay? But when you're communicating with the angels, they are there for our highest and best good, and they want to help us. And so you can let them in. So a good exercise when you're doing it, rotate your shoulders back. Take a deep breath. You can interlace your fingers and put them up over your head. Interlace your fingers, put them behind you. You're pulling your shoulder blades together. If anyone does yoga, this probably feels like a familiar position. It's a heart opener. Okay? And now, if you see how I'm sitting, I don't have this little amount of space for energy to come at me. I now have this amount of space for energy to come. Okay? So it's good when you're working with the crystals to do the heart opener. Really think about energetically connecting, energetically infusing that color of that angel and that angel's energy into the crystal, and then carry it around with you. And you're never alone. It's always with you. Okay, so we've done the chakras, we've done working on with using crystals, we've done some exercises with just color rays. And now I want to move into 2 other areas. Is everyone ready to move on to something else? We're good? All right, good. So this is really fun, and it's something that a lot of people do, and that's journaling and intention setting. All right, if you journal, if you set intentions, raise your hand, because these are really important spiritual practices. It ebbs and flows. I mean, sometimes I'm like, woo, filling a book, and sometimes I'm like, I don't have time to do that. But when I do have time to do it, and I should be doing it more regularly, it's very, very valuable. And so I want to start first with the journaling, and then I want to give you a really interesting antidote that literally just happened with setting an intention. So I like to call in Archangel Raphael when I'm doing intention, or when I'm doing journaling. The reason I like to do that, and I want to read it because I want to make sure I get it right, is Archangel Raphael works on the green color ray, right? Malachite, emerald. You can also use sodalite, or where's my angel light? I have my angel light bracelet, I took it off. You can use angel light. He is associated with the third eye, or your brow chakra, your third eye, and great angel to call in for prosperity, abundance, needing help with managing your money, difficulty with your finances, wonderful for protection during travel. Michael's your guy to call to protect you in your car all the time. Raphael, if you're going on a trip, you want him by your side. He's going to make sure you get through TSA smoothly. He's going to make sure you know that your Uber driver shows up on time, you know, all that good stuff. Raphael is your person for that, your angel for that. But because Raphael's associated with the third eye, right, our sort of seeing, I like to call Raphael in when I'm doing journaling. And a nice ritual that I do, and I brought it with me, is I use Palo Santo. And I like to burn a little Palo Santo instead of sage when I'm ready to do some journaling, because sage is like a steamroller. Sage will get rid of the good, the bad, the ugly. All right. So you've moved into a new house, or you and your husband had an argument, or some neighbor came over that you didn't really want visiting. You know, you can sage. Palo Santo is great for creativity, great for opening the third eye. It takes away any of the sticky stuff, you know, the fur balls from your day, right, that are distracting, but leaves all the good energy behind. So that's why I like to burn some Palo Santo before I start journaling. Next, I'll pull in a crystal. I happen to really like malachite. I think that it's just really beautiful. I mean, can you believe it comes out of the ground like this? It's gorgeous and it's strong. So I like to then put that next to my Palo Santo. I'm creating just a little mini altar. And then I'll just close my eyes and imagine the green ray of Raphael opening my third eye. So from here to the back, okay? Your chakras go front to back, all right? You're not just one dimension. We're all over the place here. So I like to do that because Raphael is also the angel of understanding and receiving spiritual messages. So when we're journaling, sometimes there's something that we want an answer to or we're worried about. But if we connect with that archangel, we might find that we start writing down, maybe it's a number or a picture, or we're drawing some stick figures or something. It might not be meaningful at the time, but because you've opened your third eye and your higher self is communicating with Archangel Raphael, you're getting messages that are good clues for you. Or good, I like to call them like fence posts, you know, like have you ever walked on a country road and you know which way to go because you're following this fantastic fence, these fence posts, right? Or the old post that held up a fence, you know it has to have a trail, right, that leads somewhere. So you can use these as references. So that's another creative way to call in Archangel Raphael. It's the angel of healing. My mom just had a stroke and had surgery. Trust me, I was burning Raphael incense. I had Raphael in the operating room with the doctor I was visualizing. So definitely it's your archangel for that. But some of you might not know that it is the archangel also for spiritual messages. So that's why I like to call him in for journaling. So the angel I like to call in for intention setting is Jophiel. And Jophiel works on the yellow color ray. She's associated with your crown chakra. And she is, for obvious reasons, you probably figured out, the angel of illumination, right? Associated with your crown chakra. She also helps you study for tests. That makes sense when you need to know things. She's also wonderful, like number one at getting rid of negative thoughts, helping you with worry and anxiety. So I have a girlfriend, and I think she's watching us on live tonight, who has an accessory, an apartment at her house. Over the years, she's rented it. And, you know, she's always been pretty lucky with getting a tenant. And this time around, I was talking to her last week and she was like, oh, I cannot get a tenant. I literally have probably been through 7 to 10 interviews. It falls through. They're not the right person. You know, it's a studio apartment. So there was a couple who wanted to come and they had two cars. And she was like, you know, it just isn't going to work. It's just not set up for that. So she was telling me all these negative things that was happening. And I said to her, okay, hon, let's look at it from a different way. Let's flip the script here. First, visualize the color yellow. Let's call in Archangel Jophiel, and let's set an intention. Open your crown chakra. Let's set an intention for what you want. So she sent me a list of what she wrote down. So this was just maybe last Thursday we had this. Renter's goals, she called it. Quiet, respectful, honest, clean, kind, responsible, loves animals, and is a good neighbor. I said, okay. I said, fold that up. The crystal associated with Jophiel is an amethyst, right? Your crown chakra, amethyst. So I said, fold that up. She had some yellow flowers for the first time ever in her garden. I said, do some clippings, do a vase, put an amethyst next to it, and let it go. Stop worrying about it. So I follow up with her yesterday and I was like, okay, I would like to use this example. What happened? She goes, you will not believe this. She goes, within 48 hours, I got a new tenant. She is a veterinarian and loves dogs. and works in the area, single person. She's perfect. So there she was. It had probably literally been 6 weeks that she was looking for a tenant, and like that, we turned it around. So those are two nice ways to use the archangels and the colors to bring them in, the aspects of the source energy that they represent, to bring in, to change your life, right? That's our goal. Our goal is to incorporate all these lessons so we can ascend and become closer to Christ consciousness, right? And raise the collective consciousness and the energy and the vibration of the earth, all right? So I love those examples. Two last examples really quick, because I don't want to not be considerate of everyone's time, is Uriel. So what I love about Archangel Uriel, angel of wisdom, ideas, intelligence, he's also the angel of, hey, who am I? How do I fit into the world? How am I of service? That's sort of that very lofty, godlike quality, right? How am I of service to other people? That archangel, Uriel, works on the color ray red, but is associated with your solar plexus, which is that space right in here in your ribs. It's where your stomach is, right? Your spleen. So if you've had a hard day or something's like not sitting with you, if you're like, oh, my gut says, right? I mean, that's your solar plexus talking to you, or it just doesn't feel right. Okay, that's your solar plexus being like, hey, pay attention to me. So pay attention. And this is a way that you can give some attention to that, calling in angelic light and an energy to help you through this problem. So I like to pretend that my hands are rakes, and I just rake away right over that. Gives it a little attention, gives it a little energy right around that solar plexus. You're almost sweeping away, okay? Then I like to do something called cycle breathing. I've done this for so many years that I could do 2 or 3 breaths and it automatically calms my central nervous system. Okay, when you calm your parasympathetic system, which is your gut to your brain, that nerve, right? It helps to calm your entire body. And you're open to receiving messages, receiving healing, making better decisions. So when you cycle breathe, you breathe in for 3 seconds, you hold for 3 seconds, you release for 3 seconds, and pause. So let's do it together. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. One more time. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Okay. Now we're going to do it one more time, and I want you to picture the red energy of Uriel coming into your stomach, calming you. So you're calming your central nervous system, you're calming your solar plexus. So picture this red beam coming right in towards you and ever so gently wrapping itself around your midsection. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Hold, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Great. You can do cycle breathing with any of the archangels, with any of your chakras if you're feeling like it's in a specific chakra area, or if you just need a timeout during the day. It's a great way to reset yourself. This is also a nice thing to do if you wanted to go back to the Michael example of speaking in front of a group. You could do this. Maybe you're about to have a conversation with a loved one that might be very difficult and you want to bring in the pink energy of Shemuel. So you can use these techniques interchangeably with each of the archangels. So the last one I just want to talk to you about is, and this is a consensus from thousands and thousands of years of documentation, that different angels vibrate higher on different days of the week. And this is across all religions, believe this. And I've included the days of the week that those angels vibrate the highest on. And the last angel we're going to talk about is Zadkiel. And Zadkiel represents the purple ray of mercy and transformation. Okay? I mean, compassion, forgiveness. It's a pretty big one, right? Forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, having mercy, grace, offering grace to yourself and to other people. And Zadkiel works, vibrates the highest on Saturday. And the reason I chose to use this archangel for this particular example is because Saturday is really kind of culturally the end of the week for us, right? So it's a nice day to sit down. Maybe you're having your cup of coffee Saturday morning. Picture that purple energy washing over you. And Zadkiel is associated with, your sacral chakra, which is right down below your navel. And that is where all your watery organs are, right? Your emotions, okay? You know, you've got your kidneys, your bladder, all of that stuff in there. So you want to reflect. Maybe you didn't feel so good about how you dealt with something, or maybe you really want to forgive someone, or you want forgiveness for yourself. And I like connecting with Zadkiel on Saturday morning with my cup of coffee, just picturing that purple energy of transformation and mercy washing over me, and letting the week start anew, right? And starting fresh. So that's why I think Saturday's a really nice day to connect with Zadkiel. So you could do all of these, and if you didn't remember one of them, that's okay. But this is the most important thing to remember, is all you have to do is ask. The angels are there to help us. They want to help us. As Lorna Burns, who wrote Angels in My Hair, says, she's like, if you need help, all you say is, yeah, every unemployed angel, come and help me, okay? So, the angels are always there to help us. Just ask, I need help with this. And the right angel at the right time is going to come in. And sometimes they come in as payers to give you an extra boost. So I hope that you found this helpful. I'm happy to take any questions, Jeannie. If anyone has any questions or comments, I'll make the PDF live. Like I said, let me tell you how you get it. You're going to go to my website, which is theangelcoop.com. On there, I've got several tabs. One says shop. You're going to go to the one that says shop, and in my categories, there's free meditations and angel PDF. Okay? You're going to click on that. It'll pop up on that page, and you're going to download it. You do have to go through a checkout process to download it, but it doesn't cost anything. So you can just walk right through the checkout process. You'll be able to check it out, download it, right at checkout, or it'll also come to your email. So it'll be in there.
Perfect. Hold on one second, Christy. I'm going to just say goodbye to people on Facebook, and then we can take our questions here.
Great.
And possibly maybe we can put the PDF for the people that are viewing here on Zoom with us right in the chat box. We can add it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you, Facebook people. We are going to say goodnight. I hope you enjoyed that. And we're going to stay on there. So we're good. So I know there's a couple questions here in the chat box for you already. But if you guys want to ask your questions, you can unmute yourself and ask away. Christy, that was like mind blowing. Right, guys?
Totally. Excellent. Christy, I just want to say you look absolutely beautiful tonight. You're stunning, and I feel your energy right through this computer.
I had to use candlelight because the Shungite room is so dark.
Yeah, exactly. That was, I can't wait to just review it with the PDF, because of course I was doing 2 million things behind the scene. But it was really great, and I'm so glad you took the time to invite me. So I love you very much.
Thank you, Luann.
Amazing.
I'm glad you were here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I get that the archangels, you can call in for specific things, or you can call in multiple archangels. But how is that different than just asking your angel team for help? How is that different?
Great question. It's just a nuanced difference. So the 7 rays of light are specifically, let's say, have been specifically described as the different aspects of God or source energy. So when you have things like illumination, mercy, forgiveness, these things, these aspects of interpersonal relationships that we all struggle with in our life, we need to come up with some really good tools to work through those, or to heal, or that's part of our soul's journey. So sometimes you need to call in the ambassador of that aspect, that part of God, to come in to specifically help us. And that's how it's a little bit different. There are tons of angels that work on different color rays, right? So if you're calling in Archangel Raphael's going to be there. Say you need healing, Archangel Raphael's going to be there. But so are other angels that work on the green color ray. So sometimes it's you're asking for something very specific, and it's there for you. It's there for you to take.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah, so nice to meet you, Billy. Thank you for being here. Anyone else? Oh, you have to tell me how to load your PDF. Oh, hi, Mom. Oh, my mom's on here.
Oh,
that's
so
nice. Hey,
if you go to the chat,
oh, yeah.
and then it says file.
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody feeling like so amazing? Like, I loved the whole holding the crystal in the hand. I thought that was really beautiful. That was amazing. Okay, so that's in the chat for you guys too.
It's all there. Good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun. And as you know, we're at the store. I have amazing practitioners, an amazing staff. We're all happy to help you. Any specific questions, you can find us out there on Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. I look at what we did tonight as just another tool in your spiritual toolbox, right? So these are tools you can access whenever you need them.
Yes. Amazing. Well, thank you, Christy, and everybody. You guys go check her out and friend her on Facebook, follow her on Insta.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here on Angels Don't Lie.
The truth, when she smiles at you, she'll say, angels don't lie. Angels don't